What is ergonomics? Ergonomics refers to how we arrange our computer and equipment to minimize our risk. Therefore, the word ergonomics comes from two Greek words that ergon and nomos. Ergon means work and nomos means laws. Ergonomics is all about designing things to suit their users. The design could be on a physical level. Ergonomics is concerned with the fit between people and their work. The work is used to describe the science of designing the job to fit the worker, not forcing the worker to fit the job. It is important to listen to the signal your body gives you. If you suffer pain in the wrists or hand after a long day of typing, examine your work area and work practices to see if they may be causing the problems. We must learn to make adjustments. For example, raise or lower chairs to avoid typing your wrists at an odd angle. Adjust computer monitors to avoid glare. Take frequent breaks from repetitive tasks to give your body a rest. Always use proper lifting techniques. Applying good ergonomics will make a product easy to use, it will make comfortable, and it will contribute to safety. Lastly, ergonomics is intended to provide optimum comfort and to avoid stress or injury.
Microsoft Natural Ergonomic Keyboard 4000. The product details are device stage, taskbar favorites, email and internet hotkeys, multimedia keys, lockable F key, and integrated palm rest. The key features is it can zoom, customizable hotkeys, and improved number pad.
For Microsoft Natural Keyboard 4000, it actually improves design, promotes a more natural hand, wrist, and forearm for greater comfort. Cushion palm rests get better support while resting your hand and it will prevent injury.
Kneel seat, the only computer chair with swivel axle design. The chair has three components: backrest, chair seat, and kneeling cushion. The backrest is solid and well constructed. The size and height of the backrest and horizontal and vertical adjustment fall within the suggested size of backrest or commercial chairs. All these adjustments, including the rearward extension, reinforce the efforts made to accommodate a large range of users. The chair seat does not bottom out, and sideways dishing of the seat is minimal to prevent any movement constraint on the user when changing position. The seat also is compression adjustable by a spring mechanism under the seat pan. The kneeling cushion is strongly constructed and covered with the same quality upholstery. The cushion can be height and angle adjusted through a considerable range to accommodating upper leg length. The options available in the angle and height position of kneeling cushion also allow accommodation of varying knee flexion and lower leg length.
Now I will share about how ergonomic correct and prevent problems for this new seat chair. We can easily adjust the seat backrest and kneeler until we found the exact position to aid our body in relieving pain, increasing alertness and enhancing motor skills. We can gain relief from the symptoms of scoliosis, sciatica, bone lumbar, disc, and back pain when using the new seat ergonomic chair. So this chair actually helps a lot for those who have back pain.
Welcome to a Core Energy short workshop in ergonomics at the workplace. If sitting down at work is your game, then it's time to sit up and listen. So here I am sitting at my desk at work. Firstly, what I want to recognise is true alignment for the seated posture. So what am I looking for there? I'm looking for spinal alignment, so sitting up straight. Okay, and to reach this point, I've got to be sitting on the bony parts of my bum. It's called the ischium. Okay, and so when I'm sat on that part, and you recognise that part there, then I want to slide my feet underneath me a tiny bit. The heels have got to be on the ground, but the weight has got to be through the ball of foot, and that's the important thing here. Okay. What tends to happen here is if I have my feet further out and the weight is through my heel, immediately you'll find that your pelvis tilts, okay, and it tries to start getting strength out of the spine and the pelvis through the joint there, and I get this rounded out posture immediately. So I want to bring my feet underneath me a little bit, heels are still on the ground, but weight's through the ball of the foot, and you'll feel in a much more active position. Okay. Going up to the top, my head is just as important, because if my screen is down here, and if I'm looking down at my screen down there, then I've got this forward head posture. And again, this will start to tire out my back, and therefore I will start to round and I'll get into this position again, and then my legs will go out and I'll end up in this position. So this position here is a real exaggeration of bad posture at the work. My breath will shorten, I'll get shorter breathing rates, therefore I'll start using smaller muscles to do that breathing with, which tend to be from up here, and I'll become a breather up here, which stresses out my neck again, and this is where potentially all the neck problems come from in the workplace. So if I remember where my true alignment is, so if I have a screen which is raised up, and that my head sits on top of my spinal column, and that my weight is going through the bony part of my bum, and that my balls of feet are taking up the loading, but my heels are still on the ground, then I've got a place that I know where true efficiency is for the seated posture. However, I'm at work, there's loads of things going on, I've got 100 things to do. I am not going to be able to hold this perfect posture. It's impossible. Your focus goes into the computer, it goes into your phone call, it goes into all the targets that you've got to reach for that day, and you will be getting down to what I call the performance posture. Okay, so it's a focused posture into here, and I will slump down a little bit. How do I not get locked into this position? Is by organising my desk properly. And so I push my phone out of the way, and I push my pens and papers out of the way. So I actually have to reach, and I start moving at the desk a little bit more. So therefore I start almost stretching my body, putting different loads through it. My bum gets a little rest, and blood flows into the part that actually lifts off the seat, and therefore, you know, I get good circulation back there again, and stuff like that. So again, it's really important that we recognise that this is true efficiency for the seated posture. Okay, we're always going to be out of this posture because our focus is elsewhere, and therefore we've got to help ourselves by moving things out of the way so we move more and we become more dynamic at our desk.